Welcome to this week's episode of Sports and Tacos. This week we're going to go more into upcoming NFL season with some serious discussion between the Broncos and Raiders. As you can see up there, Mr. David Redmond is in the house. This guy is a scary-ass Raiders fan. We're going to get into it, though. I guarantee you I'm going to watch him and TMP go at it. Probably Spencer as well. So, on to the next. Unfortunately, this week we don't have Taylor. He is out. He's actually out in Boston watching a game. Wish I were there. Yeah, he's that guy. Anyway, to make matters worse, as I said, David is a huge Raiders fan, but we still have, other guys with their shortcomings besides David. So, like Bama. He's fine. We're going to get into Michigan and Ohio State football tonight. And, hey, you know what? Before we go any further, I always want to make sure to let you guys know this is for entertainment purposes only. We are here to have a great time. Our opinions are our own. They are nobody else's. If you like our show, be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you like the episode, smash, demolish, and obliterate that like button, and then share it with everyone you can think of, including those guys in Uber and Lyft when you're riding along with them. Okay, so enough of me. We are going to turn this back right over to Mr. Spencer Cadigan. Hey, go ahead and take it away, Spencer.
Welcome back to another glorious edition of the greatest sports show on earth, Sports and Tacos. Right in your mouth hole. I'm your host, Spencer Cadigan, as usual. To my left, he missed last week. We missed him dearly. He's back.
Welcome back, Tony. Welcome.
Hey! Tony Pintojas, TMP, Big Daddy, repping Michigan. Again, nobody cares.
He was upset that Harbaugh wasn't here.
To my right, the original mouth from the South, Bama, Robert
Roll
Humphreys.
Tide, baby, roll tide.
And replacing Taylor Redmond this week, his uncle, David Redmond, who's still a freaking Raiders fan.
Yes, thank you very much. And that is why my nephew Taylor is a Raiders fan, because
I've always
of me.
wondered, but I just assumed.
He was born here. He grew up here. He had aunts and uncles that lived here. They never.
That was a fun segment. We're going to bring up Mr. David Redmond, Spencer Cadigan, and Tony P. Along with me. I'm going to throw in a bunch of commentary myself. But, we're going to talk Broncos Raiders right now. Spencer, take it away.
Raiders Broncos.
No. Broncos
It's
Raiders.
Broncos talk, but we have a Raiders fan, so it's basically going to turn in the Broncos Raiders. But anyways,
Raider Nation for life,
welcome
baby.
back to Sports and Tacos, Cyber Freaks. We are back to NFL, but we're back to a little Broncos talk. Just because I want to get some thoughts. Tony missed last week, and we're in the run-up to training camp. We got like 2 days, I think, till rookies report, and there's a lot of stuff I want some true thoughts from Tony P about the Denver Broncos, because we got a big season here.
I know, man. And one of my first concerns.
Hold on, I'm asking you
Huge
questions.
season. What are you going to do with the ownership?
What is your true thought? True thought. Not for camera, not for about Joe Flacco.
Oh,
I like number
geez.
5. Number 5 is now alive. You got to give him a chance, guys. He's in the Mile High City. He was just like Peyton. He was against us, but now he's for us, just like Peyton. And guess what? Peyton took us to 2 Super Bowls, guys.
Yes, he
2
did.
Super
2.
Bowls.
1-1.
You know what? And now we got Joe Flacco, and he knows our city. He knows our town. You know what happens?
So
Wait, what? Wait.
Oh, no.
You just compared Joe Flacco to Peyton Manning?
You got
Are
2
you
Super Bowl
serious,
MVPs,
Tony?
boy. 2 Super Bowl MVPs.
Shut
When did you
up
have a
with
Super
that.
Bowl MVP?
he is the next PFF.
That was back in the,
But-
1800s?
Hey,
So what?
Hey, Tony.
It's
High
okay.
five.
Hey, Tony.
It's all right. You
I
can
keep
go
moving
back
that
to
mic
that.
away. If you want to be in freaking Wyoming, that's fine. But quit getting closer to the mic, man. You're fine.
He started it.
Just
Yep.
quit getting closer to the
Yeah,
mic.
it's Broncos Raiders.
Oh, jeez.
Broncos Raiders.
Oh,
But
Football
wait a
season
minute. But wait,
is about
seriously.
to begin.
Okay,
Hey,
any of you
David,
Bronco
David,
fans
David,
listening out there?
David, hold on. I'm going to agree with you, by the way. He compared Flacco to PFM. No.
Right?
He's gonna
No.
be
Right?
PFF.
No.
Come on,
Come
man.
on. PFF.
Come on.
That was
You
horrible.
can't do that.
Elway
Oh, he
is hoping
did.
lightning
Flacco
strikes
and Manning
twice.
should not even be mentioned in the same sentence. Okay.
Well, you
yeah.
have David Carr.
Oh, I can give you a sentence.
Here we go.
I can give
David
you a
Carr again. Wait a minute.
I
Wait
can
a
give you
minute.
a
Wait.
sentence.
Time out. He said it again. David Carr. His name's Derek Knucklehead.
Well, yeah, because he broke his little pinky and he can't play anymore. Ooh.
I
What?
don't know where.
Anyways,
What are
okay,
you
Joe
talking
Flacco,
about?
he ain't PFM, but
That's-
Elway
and-
thinks
and
We're
that
talking-
David,
wait.
and that David is
We're
how you
Talking
put
Broncos
PFM.
Raiders, not
if-
Michigan, Ohio
if
State anymore, moron.
If PFM,
Well, at least my
What?
team is Division One, not a
If
Division
you
Two.
sit on that
Nope,
mic one
we're
more
done
time, I'm
with
going to knock
Michigan.
you out. Sit
We're
back.
done with Michigan.
There you go. Thank you.
If PFM was a 10, I'm thinking Joe Flacco.
I give him
with
an
a good
8.
defense is an 8.
8.
Okay, moving on.
Okay.
How do we in week
I
one,
hope he's an 8.
Tony P, TMP, how do we beat the Raiders in Oakland week 1?
Oh, that's defense.
Defense.
Yep, defense. You know, okay. We finally got 3 great people actually, if you want the truth. We got Houston boy Kareem Jackson that we just picked up on the other side of good old Chris Harris.
We got
Good
Chris
Lord.
Harris
High
back.
five.
High five.
Dude,
So,
he doesn't even want to
no
leave
fly
Colorado. He
zone.
loves it.
No fly zone should be back in effect. And,
I do
and
agree.
a lot like 2015.
With
If
who besides Chris Harris?
Kareem Jackson was a stud. I think he was a
Oh,
Pro Bowler,
oh.
wasn't he?
No, he was not. But anyway.
I think
okay,
Kareem
good.
Jackson was a Pro Bowler. But anyways, the point is you're going to have at least 2 Pro Bowl caliber cornerbacks.
I love it.
Okay?
I love it.
We're going to have Von Miller and Bradley Chubb coming at Derek Carr like insane lunatics. So he's
Hey,
not
doesn't
going to
David
have
Carr want some chub?
he's not going to have much time to throw the football. So if Antonio Brown and whoever your number 2 is are covered, you guys are going to have a long day.
Who's going to cover Antonio Brown? Chris Harris?
Chris Harris will be covering Antonio Brown.
You might be laughing
All
now.
day.
You might be laughing
I
now,
love
but
it.
I
Like
love it.
stink
I
on
love
dog
it.
you
poop.
might be laughing now.
All right,
I
America,
love it.
remember this
Yeah.
note when he's laughing when
Yeah.
we
Hey,
come in and we
I
beat him
guarantee
in
you, I will
Okay.
come back on and I will mention that I was wrong about that.
Okay, David.
Because come on.
How do the Raiders
Really?
How do the Raiders beat the Broncos then?
Running game, passing game, defense.
There's no running
We've
game.
got
You guys
defense.
got no running game.
We've got.
No running game.
Oh, Josh
that's-
Jacobs isn't a running
That
back.
kid is the only thing that scares me because our only weakness that I've seen on defense
on,
right
T.
now
Inside
is inside
linebackers.
linebacker.
Yeah.
That's
so
the
if
catch.
Josh Jacobs is what was drafted to be, a first-round stud, we could have some problems with Josh Jacobs with our inside linebacker.
Yeah, but you
totally
got to
agree.
also look
I
at
totally
we got
agree.
the Flying Hawaiian and we also got Derek Wolf.
If
Derek
they-
Wolf
Who's
and
the
Hawaiian.
flying Hawaiian?
Boy from Cincinnati.
What's his name?
I can't remember.
Long hair,
Oh, yeah.
big boy.
Payal?
He's going to kick some
Nice
butt.
job, Broncos fan.
Hey.
So, your
Him
only
and Derek
basically your
Carr.
only chance.
You called him Derek Carr like 4 times already.
Agreed. His
you
brother's better than
moron.
him.
His
His
brother-
brother's better than him.
Nobody
He
cares.
still plays
They
with
both
his pinkies
suck,
hurt.
Really,
and nobody
Tony?
cares. They're both probably out of the NFL 2 years from now. The Carr brothers are going to have their own commentary show
I'll bet you-
on freaking ESPN.
I'll bet you 1,000 Derek Carr's not out of the NFL.
He
in
might be
2
holding
years.
a clipboard
wait,
right
somewhere.
now.
David, let me-
I'll bet you whatever
let
you
me give
want.
you. Let me give you one piece
Trevor
of advice.
Lawrence will probably be wearing a Raiders
David, let me
uniform.
give you one piece of advice. Every time that guy bets, he wins. I don't know how. I don't know
It
why.
is uncanny.
But it's uncanny. He always wins. Do
well,
not take that
okay.
bet. Do not
Tony,
take that bet.
Take that bet and go and bet it in Vegas
That
for
Derek
whatever
Carr's
you
gonna
want.
lose?
That Derek Carr will be out of the NFL in 2 years, just like you just said. Go ahead and take it. I
So,
guarantee.
Basically,
you
back
lose
on
that
topic, the way you're going to beat the Broncos
You
is
know-
ground and pound and run the football. How are we beating the Raiders?
Bet. You're
Just
not.
with defense?
No.
No.
I mean, we're going to have to score some points at some point
No.
in time.
I think Flacco's,
We're not beating them 10-7.
I think Flacco's going to step out. He's going to throw the tight ends. All our tight
No,
ends.
What tight end?
Spencer.
Oh, dude.
Fant. Fant is a
Oh yeah,
superstar.
that first round
far?
draft chick
No,
that
no.
you guys wasted.
Nah, hey, guys,
that you
listen.
guys made.
Spencer,
Buck's coming back.
Next, Tony
Here's-
Gonzalez, bro. I'm telling you.
Here's how we're stopping him, man.
What's that guy's
From
name?
an
Jake
offensive
Butt?
perspective,
No offense.
whatever.
Jake Butt's nothing. We're gonna trade him.
Here's how
Oh
I'm
yeah,
looking at
but
it.
you drafted him first round too.
No,
Good
we
job.
didn't.
Way to go,
He wasn't
John.
first round. He was like 6th round.
Yeah.
Let me ask you
They
this.
took a
you
flyer
need to
on
look
him.
that up there, Mr. Cadigan.
I'm asking
Jake
both
Butt,
of you.
what round was he? He was like 6th round, right? Go ahead.
6th or 7th.
He was 7th
He
round.
was supposed to be a first
7th
round draft
round.
pick, but he blew his knee out.
Yeah.
Yeah, go,
So I'm
Jimmy.
going to ask
Just because
both
of the
of you
Bowl
this.
Bowl
Yes.
game.
You
The
have to
Bowl
hold
game.
out. You two,
Yes.
right there. Philip Lindsay, is he not the second coming of Terrell Davis?
Dude, he is.
I believe he is.
Okay.
I
So
really
that
do.
being said,
and I mean,
really?
hopefully, the kid's awesome.
Right.
I mean,
okay.
he's
that
been
being
great
said, this is
living
where I'm
here
going
in-
with it.
Living here in Denver, he's been great for the community. He's been
Absolutely.
great for the team.
He grew up here,
I
man.
hope.
He was a South High School.
I hope he has a
Exactly.
great
which is
career.
a sweet area. Anyways.
So here's where I'm going with this, Mr. Redmond, right? The whole point is, I think when everybody here is asking, hey, how are we going to stop them? How are we going to win? I think we're going to be on the ground with Mr. Philip Lindsay against the Raiders. At least the first game we're going to win because of that. They may shut us down the second game because they're going to look at that and say, that's going to be their game again, and they may shut us down. I'm going to say the first game for sure.
Philip Lindsay will have a big impact on the game if we can't run the football.
You don't think that the Raiders are going
We
to
could
be
be screwed.
looking at running the football?
No, the Raiders are going to be.
who-
So are the
Oh, the
Broncos.
Raiders are gonna run.
Time out.
The Raiders are gonna run.
No. You don't think their defense is going to be looking at them running Philip Lindsay? Come on. Stop.
No.
Stop.
Well, you got Mac. Oh no,
Stop
I'm
that.
sorry. He went to Chicago.
No, don't even.
Okay, no,
you
I know, but let's.
come
Okay,
on.
let's.
Oh, no,
Okay,
come
that
on.
scenario.
Come
You
to,
asked a
Oakland.
question,
Okay.
and I gave an answer.
Let's say this, Jimmy. This is
I'm
okay.
just saying.
Say it's halftime of this game, and Philip Lindsay has ran the ball 10 times for 17 yards. They're stuffing him.
Right?
My question is, what
Where-
do we do,
where do we go
and
from
do
there?
we have the weapons to throw the football to beat the Raiders? I
Yes.
don't.
I don't
you think
see
we
it.
do.
I think Emmanuel
No.
Sanders is
I don't-
being quiet right now.
No, I don't. I don't think so.
I think Emmanuel
I don't
Sanders is
see
being
it.
quiet.
I don't think we have the offensive line yet. Again.
No,
I don't
that's
think
true.
we have. I don't think we have the offensive
disagree.
line.
It's going to be much improved.
I disagree.
though. It is going to be better. I not sure if it's going to be great yet, but it will be better. And if
right.
Philip Lindsay was that good last year behind that line, he would think he's only going to be better this year with Dalton Reisner.
I agree.
And
I agree.
was
But
it
David's
Jawan
got a
James
great
or
point.
whatever?
Juwan James.
David has the amazing point of they're going to be looking for him, and I don't blame them
They
for
are
looking for him.
One
right?
thing that's kind of cool about Flacco,
Absolutely
though,
they are.
Flacco, if he
duh, yeah.
Flacco is healthy, okay, he has a cannon and he is good at the play action pass.
I agree.
So we get to hopefully somehow use that to our advantage.
He's a slant passer. That's where Emmanuel Sanders is going to make it
I
start.
hope so. I really hope
I
so.
really do. And
Okay.
he
All
also
right.
has the long arm.
So here's the issue, and I agree with you to a point. Without that front line, though, we don't have a running game. Number one.
Yeah.
Without that front line, we're
Without
not
that front
protecting
line,
the passer.
it's going to be a long day.
No, we're not protecting the passer. He's got to roll out.
Yeah.
Flacco can do that. I get it. He's got a cannon. He can play action pass all day long.
Yeah.
They can shut that down too after they start seeing
You
it.
have
after
to be
the
able to
third
run
time.
the football in order for play action to work,
Absolutely.
or they're just going to drop back. So
So back to the point. I don't know. What weapons do we have? I don't think
we
Sanders.
got Noah Fant. I mean,
I don't think Sanders is the only weapon that's going to make a difference.
no. But if they stop our running game, it's going to be a long day. But anyways,
I will say this to David's defense. They have built up a great team for the next
On
two-
paper.
on
On
paper. On
paper.
paper for the next 2 to 3 years. That team's
On
going to be
paper.
amazing to watch.
on paper, they're
same
still the
thing-
Raiders.
Same thing
And they
with
still-
Cleveland. I look at Cleveland this year. I'm like,
not gonna
holy
lie.
crap!
I mean, I'm a lifelong Broncos fan. Them getting Gruden kind of scared me because
oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah.
little chunky.
he is
totally
old
agree,
school.
man.
Now, I think personally, the biggest problem he's going to have is connecting with millennials. It's just that simple. Is he going to be able to motivate the new age football players to work hard for him.
So what about Vic Fangio? He's young, right? No, he's young.
No,
yeah. How's he going to relate? Okay, don't talk about that. Don't talk about that.
The reason we hired
whose resume is better, John Gruden's or Vic Fangio's?
It is, but
Fangio's
we both
first
have
year
old
is
school
today.
coaches that have yet to prove that they can relate to the modern age football players who spend all day on YouTube and Twitter Googling stuff.
Sure. Dude, let's
And
look
I'm not
at-
going to lie, like these players, this era of players has ended careers like Tom Coughlin and I think it was Steve Spurrier literally got out of the game because they no longer relate.
We are bringing in tacos.
Oh, taco time, Frankie D.
Taco
Oh,
time.
yeah, buddy, I am starving.
Thank you, Mr. Frankie.
Taco.
The
Taco.
Platte River Bar Grill. We are being sponsored by them. We are hanging out down here, enjoying our time. Mr. Frankie D. He is one of our general managers down here. He is having a great time.
All right, I got another quick question. Moving on, we're still on Broncos Raiders.
Hey, David, don't throw that on the floor.
Oh, he can. He wants to.
I'm going to try not to. But
I did it on the camera.
Frankie probably won't make us more, but anyways, moving on with Broncos Raiders. We could sit here forever and argue this. Big Daddy, what is your predicted score of Game 1?
28-13 us.
28-13 us.
High five.
Yeah, boy.
28-13 Broncos.
Let's write these down.
28-13,
All right,
that's 15
I got
points.
it. I got
Will
it.
you
You got
give
it?
me-
Well, yeah, we got it on camera.
Will you give me the Raiders at home with 15 points for $1,000?
Nah, but this is what they're going to do.
All right, David, what's your
It's all over my
prediction?
phone. It always ends up on my phone.
David, your predicted score.
Right, you need to move that.
Raiders
Dude,
Broncos
Jesus. It's got to be
first game.
First game of the year, Monday night. Next, the last game of the week.
Right.
last game of the night. the
Raiders
late game.
are favored by 2.5 points.
That's it. Only
at
2.5.
home.
So basically, they're not
The-
favored. Basically, it's a pick 'em because you
It's a
get
pick 'em.
3 points for freaking being at home.
Yeah.
Yeah. It will be, let me say this again, it will be the last Raiders-Bronco game in Oakland.
Wow, in California.
Well, in California.
I'm going to say Raiders 30-23.
Whoa, that's a huge.
That's an over.
Yeah. I don't even think the over/under is going to be 50. It could be, but I doubt it. I highly doubt it. I'm thinking the over/under is going to be 41ish.
Well,
It might be kind of high scoring-ish because they got Antonio Brown now, and
41-ish sounds
on
about
paper
right.
it looks like there could be some offense in this game.
I agree.
Antonio
our
Brown
defense-
doesn't
our
matter,
defense
though,
is
like
going-
you said earlier. Antonio Brown doesn't matter. He's a pain.
All right.
He's
Harris
a thorn in the
has him.
side.
Okay.
Yeah.
Harris has
Now
him.
you're going back to
Bro-
him like,
All right.
I got to
He
be
might
defensive
score.
against Antonio
All right.
Brown.
But our defense is going to
Okay.
be good enough
All right.
to slow him down.
Spencer, your prediction.
My
first
prediction for this game, Broncos win 24-23 in overtime.
Oh, so you have a tight game. You have a
Boom.
tight game.
Tight game.
In overtime.
If you look on paper, these two teams
All right.
Dude.
are evenly matched.
Oh, I
Wait,
agree.
Wait,
I agree.
Stop.
Our defense
Stop.
versus their
Wait.
offense.
Stop.
Defense wins championships, David Redmond.
You can't
Boom.
win in overtime 24-23, you knucklehead.
You could be.
No, you can't do it.
Maybe you're right.
You
Well,
are
there-
a knucklehead.
there is
Bronco
that.
fan,
Now there is
Bronco
that.
fan,
Yeah,
Bronco
yeah, you
fan.
couldn't you? You
There
couldn't win
is that.
24-23.
David Carr.
It's Derek, moron.
It is Derek. Yeah. So
I just love
all right. So
Sorry, 24-21 Broncos. Sorry,
in overtime.
in overtime. That you can win by a field goal.
Your
Okay.
pick
In
doesn't
overtime.
mean
And
caca now
Noah-
because you
Noah-
messed it up in the
24
first place.
24-21 and Broncos cover.
Okay, so
All
I'm
right.
going to say this for my buddy Kirk Shamel. He moves all over the U.S., but he is a diehard Raiders fan, just like you, Mr. Redmond. I am going to say if it's not a blowout on the Raiders side, like killing us,
They ain't killing us with our defense.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
No way.
And that right there is why I'm going to go Broncos 14-13.
Yeah, or something like that. Exactly.
That's
Our
I'm
defense.
14,
That's why it
13
shows
Broncos.
28-13.
You have 2 Von Millers coming at you now on every play.
Absolutely.
Period.
Hey,
Yep.
Dave, you like Chubb?
Okay.
We're not going down that road.
All right, really
What
quick.
did he do against us last year?
He actually
Come
got
on,
a couple-
Tony.
he
Come
actually
on,
got a
Tony.
couple
Crushed
sacks
the
on
NFL.
it.
Tell me what he
sacks.
did. Win. What game?
Last
At
game of the
Oakland
season.
or Denver?
Hometown.
You have no idea because you have no clue, dude. Look it up.
All right, here we go,
Look
boys.
it up.
Thank you so much. We had a great time on this segment. We are going to cut it out with that because, Mr.
Wait,
Redmond.
one second.
Uh-oh, now I got to come back. Hang on, keep going.
One
Keep
second.
going.
1 second. Raiders are favored by 2.5. You got to put 1,000 on it in Vegas. What are you doing?
Go Bronx.
Go Broncos. You taking the Raiders, obviously. Right now on air.
Oh, wait. No, seriously, David, that's a question. Are you honestly taking the
You got to
Raiders
put
on
$1,000 on the
$1,000?
Raiders to cover the 2.5.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
And I will make you this bet. I'll bet both. Can we say that?
No.
But
I'll
he'll
take
shoot
care
it
of
out.
it. I'll take care of it.
How about
No.
Nope. Just keep it clean, man.
I will bet both of you morons a $100 bar tab in here that the Raiders cover and beat your asses.
Oh,
Your
wait.
butts.
Hang on. What's the cover then?
2.5.
2.5. We're going with 2.5?
2.5.
Done.
All
Right
right.
now, $100 bar
$100
tab.
bar tab.
Everybody's got it.
All right.
Broncos are plus 2.5. What do you think, Big Daddy? You taking that?
I want to see if nobody gets hurt, but I want to bet that. But
All right.
You're not doing it right now? I'm doing it.
All right.
We got him.
We're out, everybody.
2.5. All right, back in a
Enjoy.
minute.
All right, we are coming back. What a great time tonight. Broncos, Raiders, here we are. You know what? Let's get into college ball. Mr. Spencer, take it away.
boo.
Welcome back to Sports and Tacos World Wide Web. We've already talked about a bunch of stuff tonight.
How about that Broncos, Raiders, man? That was fun.
Raider Nation for
Oh,
life,
there
baby.
will
Raider
be more
Nation for
Broncos
life.
talk on Sports and Tacos.
Okay.
Broncos for life.
Training camp starts in 3
Yeah.
days. But
Copy that.
I can
there's
keep
something
this
else
going all
that
night,
starts
man.
pretty soon, and that is college football. And there's the early projection polls. And I really wanted to bring this up just because we have the mouth from the South sitting to my right,
Roll Tide.
Mr. Robert Bama Humphreys. So, needless to say,
Number two.
he is an Alabama fan.
Clemson Tigers. Oops.
What my question is how has Clemson become the new Alabama? What has Dabo Sweeney done? I mean, literally, they have ousted a dynasty.
I wouldn't say ousted a dynasty. I would say competing with a team that was called a dynasty.
We were basically a dynasty. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It's gotten really boring to me watching the freaking Patriots in the Super Bowl every year and Alabama in the national championship every year.
If you can't beat them, which Clemson did, I will say that.
I get
but,
it. Twice.
Yeah, twice. And again, we're
Almost 3 times.
1-2
Go
in
Blue.
championship games, but we're 1-0 in non-championship games against them. So we're 2-2 overall.
That
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
How does it? Well,
You're right.
I guess.
You're right.
How did he do that at Clemson?
Well, I mean, hell, man, he played as a walk-on wide receiver for the '92 championship team in Alabama under Gene Stallings.
Right.
And that is by far one of the best coaches in Alabama history since, Bear Bryant before Saban came along.
Yeah.
So when you learn from a guy like that, that's
Don't-
that not just old school and new school. He's taken both of everything of the best of both worlds and kind of turned it his own thing at Clemson.
Yeah.
As many good recruits as there are out there in this world, especially with the limited scholarships they have nowadays, there's a lot more talent out there for everybody.
True.
And if you're at big name school that's doing well, then you're going to get a lot of those big name talents come, and he is doing very well with what he's doing.
Can I ask you a question, Robert?
Yeah, what you got?
Did you just say that Gene Stallings was a better coach than Bear Bryant?
No.
Of course not. I said one of the best we had since
Since.
Bear Bryant.
Since
Okay,
Bear Bryant,
thank
yeah.
you. I didn't
Actually,
hear,
the
I
best
didn't
since Bear
hear
Bryant until
the
Nick Saban came
since
along. Yes.
part, but I almost threw up. But
And I mean,
okay.
I hate to.
Oh, I would have
Just
guessed,
saying.
yeah.
It's gonna hit you in
I
the
hate to say.
head.
I mean, it's because this year's going to be crazy. I mean, I don't see any way how it's not Clemson, Bama.
Oh, it's once again rematch,
But-
national championship. Yes.
I mean, Trevor, good boy. I mean, Trevor Lawrence, that kid
Oh boy.
is he might be one of the greatest quarterbacks I've ever seen in the history of ever.
Sunshine. He does look good. He does look
It's
really good.
unbelievable.
He does.
Like,
What are we watching?
How-
Where are the Marshalls?
Fool me
or
once,
something?
shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. He ain't gonna do it to us twice.
I mean, don't get me wrong. You guys have probably the second best quarterback in.
Second my ass. He'll be the Heisman guy this year.
He'd probably be the Heisman, but ooh, I don't know about that. Trevor Lawrence,
don't know, man.
There's like,
The guy could have been the Heisman last year, and he only played a half of a game almost every game last year.
Let me ask you a question.
so I have a
though.
question, actually.
Wait, I have a
what's his last
question.
name?
All right,
Tua Tagovailoa.
Tagovailoa. Yes.
okay. David, go ahead. What do you got?
What you got?
Okay. The last 2 years, the Heisman Trophy winner has come out of what school?
Oklahoma.
And what position did they play?
Quarterback.
And who went to Oklahoma from Alabama this year?
I love you, Jalen Hurts. I love you. I
Yes.
hope you do well,
So-
but don't beat Alabama.
Do they play each other this year?
Only if Oklahoma makes the playoffs. Yeah, only if Oklahoma makes the
Or
playoffs.
only if Alabama makes. But anyway.
Oh yeah, no, true, very true. Only if Alabama and Oklahoma make the playoffs. Yeah, very true.
So here's my
OUT.
question then. So you guys are talking about Heisman. Is that curse still around? Do you think it's still around?
Which one?
The
Heisman
Heisman curse about
Yeah.
winning
Oh.
it, not winning the big game at the end.
Yep.
Well, and going on to the NFL and doing nothing.
Right.
Yeah,
That's a tough question.
I kind of think Cam Newton threw that away when he took his team to the Super Bowl. Granted, they didn't win, but he did get them to the Super Bowl.
and
he's
he
been
took his
go to
team to a
school?
championship as well. So.
Where did he go to school?
Screw Auburn.
Where did he go to school?
But no,
Yeah,
but no, you're right though. You're right. I mean,
His
yeah.
career is fading fast. Now, don't get me wrong; he was a superstar there for a few years, but I think looking back, I don't see him getting better. I think he is peaked and is on his way down.
Okay, well, what?
Here's-
But
so
here's
if
my
that-
if
opinion
that's the
about that.
case,
Baker Mayfield.
he's Randall Cunningham to me.
Right. So here's my opinion
That's
about that. I think if he started listening to the coaches and started training the way he trained when he came in, I think he could come back. He could be as good as he was in his first 2 years.
You're talking about Cam?
Yeah.
Who
yeah.
cares about Cam?
Yeah.
I don't disagree with that. I'm just saying, though, it's one of those. I don't like to see any player just kind of dwindle off into nothingness.
It's kind of what's happening.
And that's what's happening. RG3, same thing.
Oh, he's done. He's
my
already
gosh,
gone.
man.
Oh, come on.
No,
Rookie of the
seriously. I
year
mean,
and
the
then
guy was
falls
fun to
down?
watch the first 2 years, and then after
Did
that,
RG3 win the Heisman?
nothing.
Yes,
did-
he actually did.
Did he win the? Did he?
He won the
RG3?
Heisman, he got Rookie of the Year, and then he got hurt the next season.
Huh.
What?
But
Really?
my
Yeah.
point was that I don't necessarily believe in the Heisman jinx. No.
Okay.
I think the Heisman voters make the jinx themselves because
I
they pick
call
people
it
that
the
are
Heisman
not
curse,
actually
didn't I?
ready to be
Yeah.
in the spot they're supposed to be in the NFL.
Okay.
Look at Tim Tebow. Look, I mean, there's a
Oh,
lot of people
geez.
like that. But
Well,
yeah.
look at the Cleveland quarterback
Wait.
Oh, don't tell me you're going to
Tim-
get on a Tebow
no.
fan.
Yeah.
I am not a Tebow
6 pound,
fan,
8 ounce sweet
but
baby
you
Jesus.
have to look at Tim Tebow's record in college. Stop it.
Yes.
Okay.
Stop
All
it.
right. What was his score in freaking
Talking
high
about
school
NFL.
then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like who
Well,
cares?
hey,
That's
the
like comparing
Broncos
his high
drafted
school
him
game
number 1.
I don't
What
care.
are you talking about? Come on.
Dude, we did the
You
same
really-
thing
What
with
happened?
Paxton
Then you
Lynch,
got
so.
PFM.
That was
and then it was
McDaniels,
like,
though.
Yeah,
That
it was
doesn't
McDaniels.
count.
But well,
Oh, it
no,
doesn't
however, I'm going to
Okay,
be.
but
I'm not
they
going to be
did
the
waste-
There
bandwagon
should be an
guy.
asterisk
Wait,
next to that
time
draft.
out.
You know,
Time out.
Granted,
Time out.
he
Time
did
Hold
make
on.
for one of the most
Hold
exciting
on.
Broncos seasons
Hold
since
on.
John Elway
David-
was throwing the football.
David, hold your
Who
pants.
This was
was
a magic
6-3.
man.
Redmond, hold your pants for a second. Here's
You
my.
can sleep through 3 and 3
Here is my
quarters
point.
of each game, wake up for the last 3 minutes, and,
And
oh
it's
my
6
God,
to 3.
we're coming back and we're winning this game.
I
6
agree.
to 3.
Sweet
I
baby
agree.
Jesus.
However,
I
I will
shut
say
up.
this: this is me not pulling on putting on my freaking Broncos jersey or nothing. I
Put
am
it
a
on.
Broncos fan.
Put it on, Jimmy. Put
no,
that cape
no,
on.
I'm not going to do it. And here's the reason why. I don't have to be a bandwagon fan to say this. Paxton Lynch. F that dude.
Yeah, no, I know that.
Like
but
seriously,
anyways, we were
As we
talking about
digress,
college
that goes
football.
back to
the
your point.
greatest
We're talking
team
about
in college
Heisman winners.
football.
You know why he
Alabama.
doesn't believe in the Heisman thing, I think? Because Lamar Jackson won the Heisman.
No, he's a perfect example, just like Tebow. Unless Lamar Jackson can show off this year or the next year, he's going to be in that same category.
Look at this list. Oh, God. Lamar Jackson, Marcus Mariota, done. Jameis Winston, done. Johnny Manziel never even got started. Robert Griffin III, done. Cam Newton on his way down. That's insane. Sam Bradford never did anything. Tim Tebow never did anything.
Cam Newton
Troy
with an
Smith
asterisk to the
never
Super
did
Bowl.
anything. Matt Leinart never did anything. Carson Palmer is like your only example of a Heisman winner. That Carson Palmer and freaking Cam Newton.
I wouldn't even put Carson Palmer in that same
He at least
category.
had a good
Yeah.
career-ish.
It's like a box of chocolates.
Oh,
The jinx
my.
ain't there. The problem is the winner of the
Danny
Heisman,
Werfel, Charlie Ward,
though he might be the
Gino
best college
Torretta,
player, does
Ty
not
Detmer,
always
Andre
translate
Ware.
to the NFL.
Oh my God, Vinny Testaverde.
Vinny did well with the Browns enough.
No, I
he
know
did.
that.
Yeah.
And guess what? The Broncos beat them.
So,
Oh, jeez.
Got way here.
so Tua. I think Trevor Lawrence is freaking winning it all.
No,
I think
Tua's gonna
Tua,
take it this year.
If
Tua
Tua's
is
a 10,
taking it
Trevor
this year.
Lawrence is like a 12.5.
Right?
That dude
I
is
agree.
next
Oh, he's right
level.
there.
He
He's
can
right.
play.
Oh,
He can
no
start
way.
in the NFL right
Are
now.
you kidding me? You're
Right
putting
now.
Trevor Lawrence over
Right
Tua.
now, they've
You
already
are
said he
just
would be the
freaking
first pick of the NFL draft right now.
And it just shows you right there what
Right
those first
now.
picks do. Look at the first pick
Who
this
would
year.
he
Going to be a
start
bust.
for?
Who was the first pick this year?
Kyler Murray. Another Heisman
Remains
Trophy
to be
winner.
seen.
That ain't going to be doing
Remains
that.
to be
I
seen.
agree. I totally agree.
So that basically, how?
So, yes, then,
okay,
so
to go
free-
back to topic. How does Alabama reclaim being the super stud of college football from Clemson?
I think we still are the superstar.
They get Dabo Sweeney as their head coach.
Which he will. He will. Yeah, Dabo will
There
be
you
there
go.
within
That
6
might happen.
years. Within
Oh, yeah?
6, 7 years, when Saban retires, he will be there.
What's going to happen to Jesus Nick?
He's going to church.
He's going to retire.
Right off into the
Going to
sunset.
church.
He's going to retire in the next
Second
6, 7
coming
years.
of
Of course
Going
he
to
will.
church. Sunday, baby.
He's gonna go be the head coach of the Dolphins again or something, or maybe.
No,
the
that was a
Patriots.
mistake.
Okay, so that's kind of
No, this is
Go on.
This is how scared Clemson is of Alabama and Dabo leaving. His new contract
As well they should be.
includes a $4 million buyout clause by 2020 for any team but Alabama. That goes up to
That's crazy.
$6 million if it's Alabama that buys him out.
wow.
2 years later, it's another 4.5. Although the other league can only pay like 3 if they buy him out. They are so afraid of him leaving and coming to Alabama. They're trying to up the money so high because they know he's coming home. Mama's
they're-
going to call. He's coming home.
So if it went all the way down, it's over $10
But it don't
million.
matter. We don't need Dabo to beat Clemson because Saban's going to beat them this year. We're heads up. It's neck and neck,
That
man.
is going to be insane.
We are not as big of favorites as we have been over the years on them. But man, when you beat our butt like we did last year, we are coming at y'all's ass.
Yeah, I get
Well,
it.
whoever
You
they're
can't
gonna
say
play, you know,
that.
They're going to be playing Michigan
Oh, I
in
just
the
did say
final
it.
championship against the Final Four. That's all I got to say.
David, you can't
Right.
use the other
Shea
words. you were
Patterson.
using.
Heisman.
Okay.
Michigan's got to beat Ohio State first.
We will.
And, okay.
All right. Yeah, we will.
All right.
All right, boys. We got to bring this back.
John
What-
Scarbaugh.
Where are we going, Spencer?
Okay, the only.
Well, is El Paso going to ever beat a high school team? I'm just asking.
Oh God,
Dude,
nobody cares.
I
All right,
told
hey.
you
Who
it
cares
doesn't
department?
matter.
Let's cite this
Don't
down.
even
Anyways,
go
I was
there.
looking at the top 25 earlier, and there was just a couple of notes I put down. Army is actually ranked number 22. That's kind of surprising. It was
No, it's
surprising.
not.
Yeah, they played well last year.
They
Yeah,
were-
they played really well.
Just
No, it's
anytime you see a military school,
Why Air Force? Did
They
you
don't-
ever question Air Force when they were ranked?
they
oh
don't
wait, you're
they
too
don't
young
get
to
a recruit
remember
like
that.
everybody else though.
Hang
No,
on.
they
know,
have a different
They
guys.
don't get
Yeah,
to recruit
different
like
guidelines,
everybody else,
yeah.
so that's amazing.
True.
What I'm saying is that basically
But
that's amazing seeing
There were
Army
years
22.
and years and years and years that
There
Air
were-
Force was ranked not in the top 25.
They were
in the
good.
top 20.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
Nebraska is back to being ranked in the top 20. They're at number 20.
Yeah.
That's I guess kind of cool to see Nebraska. I hate Nebraska, but at least they're not
That's a stretch.
terrible. Syracuse number 17.
Seriously.
Now what? Hey, Syracuse great year, man, last year.
Yeah, it was, like, amazing.
Well deserving, and they built up on it.
And
Yep,
the only
yep.
other one that I saw, which I guess it's not surprising, but at least maybe they're getting Little respect. UCF starts off at number 16.
That's what I was just going to talk about.
2 years undefeated.
Yeah, what do you think of UCF? Do you think they're really
I think
legit?
UCF is a joke. Joke, joke. You play in any other conference besides that BS little conference you're in there, the American, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You'd be a 500 team max. That's it.
Yeah. So UCF, you're not buying that.
Unless they play a Big Ten team in the bowl game, then they win.
That's all I got on college football. Go
Hey, they
CU.
beat Auburn too. I do like that, unfortunately.
Anybody else got any college football stuff?
Well, one thing about the Orange Show, they had a chance to beat Clemson, and they had it. They had it. They lost by a couple points. That was it. They should have beat Pitt too. They would have. They
You
would have
just
been
brought
right
up a
up
good
there.
point going back to what we were just talking about. Ain't no way in hell Alabama would let a team like Syracuse come close to beating them.
It's probably true.
No, I don't
Good
disagree
point.
with that.
Good point.
On the road,
Good point.
if they were at,
Good point.
That's true. I mean, they just don't get up for that game. I don't know. See, the last couple of years, hasn't that been a close game the last couple of years?
Well,
Or
they
didn't
beat them the year
Syracuse-
before.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't they
Syracuse
upset
did,
them the year before?
and then they barely beat them
Yeah.
Clemson this
That's
year.
right.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. So, man, I don't know why, but anything else in college football? I'm done.
Robert, your Uber's here.
Nick Saban.
All right,
Nick Saban's here to
back in
pick
2
me up,
minutes, guys.
Let's
Sports
see.
and Tacos.
Hey,
Go to
David
YouTube
Carr's
and
out there waiting to
subscribe.
drive you.
What a great last segment. Man, these guys love their college ball. Holy wow. Hey, we are going to take it over here to Mr. Spencer Cadigan and David Redmond. They are talking about
I have
the
to tee off at a
wonderful
45-degree angle and play my
game of
slice.
golf.
I don't know what happened.
All right. These
But-
guys are talking golf. Spencer, take it away.
Welcome back to Sports and
part
Tacos,
of
everybody. We are we're going to talk a little golf right now. We have the last major of the summer coming up already. The British Open is this weekend, and we have brought on David Redmond, who knows a lot about golf, to talk about the British Open. Take it away, David.
Well, yeah, British Open, fourth major of the year. Used to be the third major of the year. Now it's the fourth, which should be. It should be the last major of the year. It is the oldest championship in golf.
It's where golf was
And-
invented, correct?
No.
In Scotland, yes,
In Scotland,
absolutely.
Well, in Scotland, but not
Scotland.
in, not in,
It
not
is
in
in
England.
Ireland this year for the first time ever at
Wow.
Royal Portbush.
Huh.
Yes.
That's
So that's different.
So technically, Spencer, you're correct.
You are.
Is it all a big island?
No. Well,
Ireland?
Britain
Yes.
and all of the
No.
whole.
no. No,
not-
no. Ireland is
England, Scotland is not a big island. Ireland,
Oh.
yes, is a big
yeah,
island.
yeah. There's a
Big,
channel
big
between the
island.
two.
Yes.
There's a channel between the two. Yeah.
True.
So David, I'm curious. You said it used to be the third, now it's the fourth. Who was the third, and now why did they go to fourth?
The PGA Tour, along with the Royal and Ancient, which is European Golf's
PGA Tour.
PGA Tour, decided that they would play the PGA event. They moved some events. They moved the Players' Championship to make room for the PGA. Now it's the Masters, PGA, US Open, British. Which,
Interesting. Okay,
in
cool.
my humble opinion, my old school golf thing, that's the way it should be.
Okay.
British Open should be last. It's the oldest. US
the
Open
granddaddy.
is, yes.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
I want to bring a little history into this for a second. You come from a family of golfers, if I'm correct. Am I right on that? Your dad used to play, I think, and your brother played as well, and you play a lot. So wasn't your dad like on the pro tour at some point?
My dad never played on the pro tour. Back in his day, when he was really, really good, the professional golf tour was not worth as much money as it is today. And my dad, doing his insurance business, could make more money doing his insurance business than he would be playing professional golf.
Wow, so that's kind of like old school NFL then, where these guys would go play NFL, then they would go off
absolutely.
and do their job. So that's what he was doing then.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
So that brings a full circle to you playing golf now.
He stayed an amateur for all that time. Bobby Jones did the same thing.
Huh.
The only guy
interesting.
to ever win the Grand Slam.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
Now, Tiger held all 4 trophies at once, but he never won them all in the same year as Bobby Jones
Bobby
did.
Jones did that though. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
Right.
Okay.
That's amazing.
All right. Cool.
But it was, I mean,
So bring us back. What's happening this year at the Open?
at the Open, it's going to be the first year that it's played in Ireland, which is really, really cool. I think it's a good thing for the British Open to finally go to Ireland. As bad as I hate to say it, I would not really pick an American to win the British this year.
Why would you say that? I mean, we have just as much of a shot as anybody else does.
I was just looking
get
at
it.
the
The
odds.
the Europeans play there more often than we do, but that doesn't make them any more of a shot than us, does it?
What? Okay, does that have something to do with why McElroy is favored?
Yes.
Home
yes.
turf?
Yeah. Home turf.
Well, it does, but it doesn't.
Right.
I mean, it's
You
still
have
golf.
to. You have to. Well, it is still golf,
On a
but you
golf
have to go
course
back
where you hit a ball.
back to this through a historical process.
Right.
This is the absolute first time that the British Open has ever been played in Ireland.
Right.
So it
So
doesn't.
that's why McElroy.
Yeah,
is
well,
favored,
but-
just home turf.
but see, to me, that-
McElroy. No, I don't call him McElroy. I call him Spackleroy. But anyway, because I'm an American, right?
I hope so.
Born and bred in the USA.
America.
I do not
I hope so.
cheer for any
America.
foreigner in any tournament ever in my life.
Right.
If they're
But
against the United
if-
States
if-
player, right?
I've never rooted for the Raiders.
Right.
As
okay.
yeah, but you suck. But anyway, if we were,
Anywho, moving on.
if I'm gonna bet this tournament,
Kepka?
I am no.
No?
I'm sorry. I hate to say this,
Tiger?
but I'm gonna have to say Spackleroy, because
All right.
Rory Spackleroy is playing the best golf
So
of
while
anybody
so
on
what
the
you're
planet
saying
right
is
now.
Okay.
you're not going to be hoping he wins, but you would put money on it in case he does.
That's
Pretty much, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
He is,
pretty
he
much.
is the favorite
But-
at 8-1.
I do have.
Who's second favorite?
Yeah, right here. It's he's the favorite.
Who's second favorite?
Oh, who's second? Dustin Johnson.
Dustin Johnson.
Kepka's third.
Koepka.
Rahm. And then Tiger Woods is fifth at 18-1.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
But-
I'd actually put some money on
Now-
that. He's playing pretty well this year.
Do you want a dark horse?
Yes. Yes. I want to hear that.
Dark horse.
Yes.
Graham McDowell.
Graham McDowell, huh?
Dude, he's like,
50-1.
yeah, I was going to say he's way down the list on that.
It is his home course.
Really?
Well, it's you know
That's
this.
true.
Dude.
You know this. It's all about pin placement.
You're playing for the first time ever a major at your home course. You got to throw that guy in the top 5.
You would think,
I
yeah.
don't
I mean,
care.
he might
And
know.
Right.
He's not having a bad year. He hasn't played a lot on the U.S. tour because he hasn't played well enough over here to be qualified for that. But he's played well on the Euro tour this year. Hey, it's his home course.
Top 5 does not
he
make you
knows-
50-1 money, though.
But he's going to know, like, certain holes
It's
where
his-
where he can hit it over that tree and not have to lay up.
Boom,
Right.
boom, boom.
Right. I don't
And
disagree with that. However,
With-
that's where your caddies better know that course. That's where I go back to the whole thing.
Well, it's Graham McDowell's home course. How many times do you think that he has played that course with his caddy?
I agree.
1,000.
However,
That's true.
You bring in Tiger, you bring in Koepka, you bring in all these
Sure.
other players.
Oh, no, no.
They're
I'm talking about
They're
a
top
long
of their
shot.
game.
I'm talking about a guy
Something
that
they can make-
nobody's even thinking about.
On nobody's radar.
That
Yep.
they're like,
All right.
well, it's his home golf course.
That's
all right. So, all right.
He is the only one.
$10, man. That'd make you
It-
$500.
That's your
Oh.
right. Exactly right. $100 makes you $5,000. I mean, dude, hello. I'd take that all day long. So, my question to you is, I think you already said it. You said Spackleroy. Is that who you're going to go with? Okay. Who?
I'm going with an American. I always have to go with an American.
Tiger? Who?
No,
Okay,
I don't think Tiger's going to get it done. I don't think in my humble opinion, I don't think Tiger's been playing enough right now to be able to compete at the British this year.
Well,
I
he
don't
does have to
think
fly
that.
across the pond. I
like-
get you. All right.
I like
right.
American-wise, I like Brooks Koepka. I
Okay.
like Dustin Johnson, of course.
Okay, so
I'm gonna go off.
Is Ricky Fowler an American?
Yes.
yes.
I don't know. I'm going to
I
golf that good, so.
don't think Ricky's got the game to win.
No,
a
he
British
doesn't.
Open.
He doesn't. No. He's barely
I'm
got
gonna
enough
go
to win
with-
an Open here. So
There's a couple of young kids from the United States right now that have qualified for it. The kid that won this last weekend at the John Deere Open, Fratelli. He's got a great game. I don't think he'll win, but he's going to make some noise.
okay. Well, I didn't ask you who you think would win. I'm sorry, I didn't ask you who you thought might make it to the top 2 or 3. Who do you think is going to win from an American perspective? Who's your American number 1?
Dustin Johnson.
Dustin Johnson.
I'm going to take
Okay.
Dustin Johnson
All right.
in this one.
Honestly,
Koepka would be a close second.
I would actually
but
take Koepka myself. Now-
it's kind of a coin flip for me on that.
So I'm not afraid to say this. I get where you come from, and I respect it. Although I will say this, McIlroy is my number 1 in this instance. I don't think he's number 1 on other courses, but this particular time, yeah, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I believe he's going to take it.
I definitely agree with you. I mean,
All right, well, that's.
anybody but an American, I'm going to have to take Spackleroy.
All right,
And
hey,
his
we're
name
going to
is
let it go
not
out at that, man.
McElroy.
We're going to let it go out at that, man. What a great time. We are having a great time here at the Platte River Bar and Grill. We'll be back in just a minute. All right, we are having a great time. You know what? I'm just going to throw this straight over to Mr. Spencer. We are talking baseball. Spencer, take it away.
Welcome back to Sports and Tacos, everybody. We're getting ready to talk some baseball. We got one of our favorite guests on the show tonight, who definitely extremely knowledgeable about baseball,
Sometimes.
Mr. Frankie D. And I'm just gonna let Frankie take it away. He's got some good topics for us tonight, and we will chime in when we need.
All right.
Frankie.
Guys, thanks a lot, guys. I want to talk a little bit about the All-Star, particularly the Home Run Derby that we just had last Monday.
Amazing.
That was
Which
fun.
was
That was
phenomenal.
fun.
I got some numbers for you guys to kind of think about a little bit. We got 25.26, 91, 24.5, and we had 23 and 91 again. I think I always mention that. The average age of all the participants, 25.26.
Youngest.
Youngest ever. 91,
Yep.
Vladimir Guerrero.
Yeah.
91 homers, beat
91
Stanton,
home
home
runs. That's insane.
beat Stanton by 30 home runs from the record from 3 years
But
ago.
when he beat it in his hometown over there.
Exactly, exactly.
That's insane.
You know what? And then you're talking 24.5 miles worth of home runs.
Holy shit.
Think
Excuse
about
me, holy
that, guys,
cow.
for a second right there. And it took a New York Met, Pete Polar Bear Alonso, with only 23 home runs, Yeah, Vladimir had to be tired.
Oh, you've got to be hitting 90 home runs.
90 home runs, man.
Plus all the swings in
All the
between,
swings.
everything.
He probably
plus
swung
the
a
wrist
bat
swings.
1,000 times in like
Easy.
2 hours.
Exactly, though. You know what,
Just
though?
physically, that's got to be kind of tough.
Exhausting
hell
right
yes.
there,
You know,
so-
I did say this last week, though. I don't. You're a pro. Suck it up.
Exactly.
I'm going to say that every single
Don't
time.
nothing,
Still
man.
trying
That
to
is a
swing a
lot
bat
of swings.
1,000
over
times.
time.
1,000
in 2
times.
hours.
I
don't
care.
care.
36-ounce bat, 32-ounce bat,
I
mostly
don't
30-ounce
care.
bats.
You're
How much are these boys getting paid?
Jimmy,
Yep.
how tired are you
I
after
agree
6
with
games
Elvis.
of bowling?
Uh-huh.
You know, Alonzo made more
Hey,
for winning that.
I've
than
thrown
he-
my
he
best
did
games
for
at
salary
6.
for the whole
By
season.
You remember
almost,
this.
Doubled it.
3 times.
You've seen me do
Doubled
it.
it almost.
You've seen me at 9
So-
games.
Touche.
Throwing
okay,
250.
Okay, all right.
I threw
But you
my
know what I'm
best
saying.
at 12 pack.
I totally
and that's
get it,
when
brother.
I went to the bathroom afterwards. Oh my gosh! And then I turned off the TV because I couldn't do it
Did you
anymore.
just say that?
No, I
All
think what
Back to,
Frankie's bringing up
baseball
brings
talk.
up a big point
It
that
just happens.
the home run derby should somehow kind of tweak their system so that the
Yes.
guy that loses with 91 home runs
It's insane.
doesn't lose.
Yes. And you know what? They'll always be forever tweaking it because they want to make sure it's for the
Fan
viewers, the fans.
friendly,
Yeah, exactly. That's all it is
Give
right
them a
there.
little
So-
cake. It's nice and pretty.
But I got a question for you guys now, okay? Now, the guy who had the most home runs by a home run derby time, who was that, by the way?
Yelch.
Yelch. He skipped the derby to
He
play
did.
the All-Star game. Now, my question to you guys is, do the most players who don't go into the home run derby because it might miss their swings up, might miss their timing up in the regular season, maybe?
I think
was
that's
wondering that
BS.
same
Yeah.
thing.
I've heard players say that it does.
I think his agent probably got in his ear and was like, "Look, what do you have to gain from
Exactly.
The
It
only
didn't
ones
hurt
that
King
didn't
Griffey
mess
Jr. had
up
$1
were
million
Sosa and
to gain.
Aguirre.
Exactly. That's another
But-
thing, too.
Right.
In
Once
your
again-
pocket for one night's worth of work.
Exactly.
$1 million.
Gentlemen, once
I
again,
still don't know the answer to that question.
Yeah.
Once
Her
again-
name was odd.
it didn't hurt Cano. It didn't hurt Cano. It didn't hurt King Griffey Jr.
Yeah.
It did not hurt the big man himself, number 99 for New York.
Yeah, Aaron Judge.
Uh-huh.
But he said he was not going to do it because he did not want to mess
Mike
up his
Trout,
Exactly,
Mike
that's
Trout
all.
has never done it.
No, and maybe that's the reason why he doesn't want to do it, though. So,
Well, let me bring this point up, though. What's the home run derby? Pitcher just lobbing balls to you?
60
It's
mile
just
an hour.
batting
man.
practice.
Batting
What you
practice,
do
so
in batting
it is.
practice
Exactly.
anyway? So what is another night's of batting practice? How does
You
that
know
hurt
what?
you?
It's the mentality game right there, I believe. Though,
I think
so.
it's like, why do guys not play in the Pro Bowl? They're just,
Pro Bowl's stupid.
Well, you know,
That is such a-
it is
has
stupid, it
anyone
really
ever
is.
gotten hurt?
It's a touch.
Not
touch.
really. Well, no.
Like,
well,
oh,
not hurt.
I
but
strained my quadricep. I'm
Okay.
gonna miss the first month of the second half.
Gotcha.
The home run derby.
all right.
You know?
I got you. You're out.
I don't know. I just
It
I
only
don't
messes up your swing if you allow it to do it
If you
yourself
allow
in
it,
your
Is there
head.
like
if
a
you
rumor
tweak
about
it-
that?
I
No,
could
they've always thought
No,
that.
a lot of players will say that, which I don't
Yes.
know why, because
Oh.
they do batting
And you'll
practice
see
every
players that-
game except Sundays or some day games
Yeah,
or whatever.
exactly.
But
So,
If you're
Yeah, I think that's dumb.
Maybe if
I-
you're religious about your swing, then don't
Or
do
they
it.
want to eat Cheetos. You know, it's one of those. Things.
Yeah,
Cheetos?
or Cheetos.
it's a
Flamin'
Cheetos
flamin' hot
conspiracy, right?
Cheetos are
I
good.
like that. Good
Dude, I like
conspiracy.
Cheetos.
But
I-
again,
I like
props,
cheesy
props,
Cheetos.
props to MLB
Yep.
for putting together a great freaking derby.
Yes.
Putting up a big purse to entice some of these bigger hitters to come in. Had a good time. Young people, old people, it was good.
And I
I wish
guess-
Yelich would have been in there instead of tweaking
Exactly.
himself.
We
That
would've
would have been
seen
cool.
him
Yeah,
more-
he tweaked his back.
And
man.
but guess
You gotta
what now?
give it to
You
the
had
guy.
some good players, and Guerrero, who only had 8 home runs.
Yeah.
Guess
Showed
what?
him, yeah.
Had the most out there right
Yep.
there, and he showed his flair and style
Yep.
for the people out there, and he put a great show on.
Hell
there,
yeah.
so.
And you know his daddy was happy, man.
yeah,
Glad
exactly,
Cena was just
man.
loving
That
it.
kid is
Just
And
loving
he
it.
was phenomenal in his days
He's a
right there.
beast.
So.
Well, just Vlad Guerrero Jr. is a
And had he
beast.
coached it through one of those rounds, well, actually, he couldn't, man, because that matchup between him and Jock Peterson,
oh my
three
God.
overtimes, basically, right?
40
I think
to
it was.
39.
It was ridiculously fun.
But I gotta
It was
give
good.
I give props to one person. Okay, besides Pete, what he did with the 10% of the money, 5% went to Tunnels for Towers,
Really?
which is for the firefighters, EMTs during
Nice.
9/11.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And then he also for Wounded Warriors.
That's
So
cool.
$100,000
No,
of that
that's
million
classy.
went
For sure.
towards that.
That's actually
organization.
really classic because he's only making like $500,000
Yeah,
this
exactly.
year.
He's a
That
rookie.
game or
Exactly.
that win
He's
right
a
there
rookie.
doubled his salary,
Exactly.
and he
So-
gave it. That's good for him, man. That shows what a good person.
Adios, David Redmond.
Bye, David.
We'll see you
Hey,
next week.
Thin Pin's out of the house.
Which
Tim.
Raiders
Bye,
still
David.
suck.
But
what? One more thing, guys, which brings a good point up. I'm not sure if you guys got to it in the past. again, I bring up the point, though, the ball has been flying out of the park at an incredibly
hell yeah.
large
It's
rate.
insane.
Yeah.
So now you got pitchers like Tanaka, you got pitchers like Verlander, who is one of the senior members of the baseball organization.
Yep.
And he's actually, hot and on fire about this guy. Yeah, exactly. Saying like,
Yeah,
what
he
though?
did come out and say it. Yeah.
Yeah. And he actually blamed Rob Manfred, the commissioner of baseball, right there.
Yeah, for just juicing up a little
Juice
bit.
ball
making it
because
more.
why? Because Rawlings was bought by MLB last year. Connection.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I think so.
I think so.
Conspiracy. Let's see.
And the pitchers have been saying that the feel of the ball is much more different. The stitches are less prevalent, which makes, of course, the pitchers are not as far as
Well,
the
you get no
drag,
movement right there.
the
Yeah,
drag effect
yeah.
right there,
Yeah,
and
definitely,
the ball
definitely.
curving and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
So my point to you is: it good for baseball or bad for baseball? The purists will say that they like the game being a pitcher's duel. Back in '68,
yeah.
they changed the mound almost completely 6 inches down because the pitchers dominated '68, like I said last time.
Too much downhill force with him right
Exactly,
there, huh?
bingo. It's all it is
Yep.
right there. So now they make it more because of football, because it's exciting with the offense and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
I
Now,
get
now
it.
you got baseball. I mean, just tonight. The Dodgers winning 17-2 or something like that. Whatever game that score was, and the Reds winning 2 nights ago. What was the score again with the
Today.
Rockies?
That was today.
Oh, Rockies
19-2.
9-2, yes. And
19-2.
today was 10-9, was it not?
No,
Or
no, it was the opposite.
19-2.
Opposite.
The early
19
game today was
Okay,
19-2.
19-2.
I don't
So-
think the Rockies, minus maybe tonight because it was a pretty close game, have given up less than 10 runs in the last week, it seems like.
It's
Yeah, I know.
insanity.
So it's
What
always
is
a
happening?
So I mean, you know what I think it is? I think it's a very
And it's not just
conspiracy
the
that's the
Rockies.
truth.
Yeah.
That maybe there's something to do with Major League Baseball, Rawlings, and the baseballs, and they've had.
If that's
Bye,
the
guys.
case, if that's,
Raiders suck.
So
Always.
if
always.
that's the case, man, I don't.
See you on
don't like
week
juicing
one.
up a ball.
No,
They call it,
just
man.
because.
I'll be there with bells on.
And
There's-
records are gonna be to me like the Hystericus with Roger Maris.
Yeah.
And then with
hell,
Sammy Sosa and with the Roger and with
the Barry Bonds aspect
Barry Bonds,
right there,
exactly
man. Yeah.
right there.
The home run
things
champ
like
was Hank
that.
Aaron.
So.
Yeah, but there's that.
Well,
No,
yeah,
it's
that's
not.
what. Yeah, well, that's
Yeah,
a
that's
different
another
story right
topic,
there.
but
But
yeah.
yeah.
Just
But you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about.
Well, we're talking about the second baseman for blah blah blah
Yeah.
hitting 20 home runs.
Yeah.
That don't normally happen.
Brady Anderson, Baltimore Orioles. How many home runs did he hit that one year?
Like by 40 something,
50.
wasn't it? No, 50. Okay.
50
yeah,
home
that was
runs.
40 something. Okay.
and guess
50,
what,
yeah.
man? Very not big guy there. Very small guy. More of a singles, doubles here right there. 50 home runs. That opened the eyes for a lot of
It
things.
was only, like 3 or 4 years ago that the Royals won the World Series playing small ball.
Bingo.
It happens, and that's
Moneyball.
what I love.
Small ball.
That's what
Station,
I love.
station
to
to
me,
station,
baseball,
station to station.
It's I used to have a buddy. He was a huge basketball fan. He hated baseball and freaking because he loved basketball because of slam dunks.
Yes.
It was entertaining.
Yes.
And I tried to explain to him, this is when the Rockies went to the World Series in 07.
Yep.
We're sitting there, literally we changed the channel in my buddy's house from the Broncos game, the first time in my entire life. We switched the channel from the Broncos to the Rockies. And he was like, what the? I had to explain to him, baseball is like a chess match with
Yes.
human beings.
Yes.
And if you don't understand the rules, you're not going to like it.
Exactly.
And he bitched and moaned the entire time. And I was like, dude, you need to learn the game of baseball or just go watch basketball and guys just slam dunking basketball.
Exactly,
I'm
man.
7 foot tall.
Most friends
Exactly.
win the game, but a
Dude,
baseball game
It
should
is
not
an
be 10 to 9.
intellectual
No,
It is,
game.
it is
Every
not.
move.
It is not hockey. That's
Thank you.
Bottom line.
Or soccer or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what?
No,
I always
soccer.
wanted to ask people like who claim they know baseball, like explain the infield fly rule to me then.
Pretty much simple.
You're gonna get
Well,
crickets.
yes, because you know what the number is right there, man.
Where's the ball? Oh.
Exactly.
What's that?
Well, ask Atlanta about that because they had to have a conference about that against that.
Oh, Tony, quit
Carolina.
bringing up that shit, dude.
But anyways,
That is
You
one
know
of the
what
reasons-
Daddy's saying, ladies and
Baseball.
gentlemen.
One
Ha!
Yeah, I don't like the Cardinals or the umpire in that game.
baseball
That's it.
is a smart sport. Don't get me wrong, it's physical. It
Yes.
is a smart sport.
Well,
And
yes.
if you were not raised with it, you might not be entertained by it, but small ball is entertaining because there are so many minor decisions
Yeah.
that affect the game.
Yes.
Everybody
Well,
likes small balls.
Well, like we brought up last week with the bust
you know
in
this one right
the
here,
London
man.
series. Yeah. The London series, the highest scores they had there. I mean,
Yes.
you cannot.
All right.
Granted, yes, the field was a lot shorter than normal, but
I'm going to take over for a
You
second.
fly
got
out of the
another
park
announcement,
close to it.
important announcement? to
I
make,
do.
Frankie?
Well-
Sorry, guys.
well,
We
actually,
have to get this. We gotta
before
get
we
this.
go there, okay, you
We have
do
to
that.
get this.
You
Okay,
do
so
that.
anyways, I'd like to give a shout out to our producer, Mr. Jimmy Argas right there for his
Elvis.
fine work he's done.
Yes.
And,
Thank you.
then also to announce that, and I like to admit a lot of things in my life, and I like to admit that my boy there has gone a lot of ways in the last 5-10 years, and he's a bowler, like a bunch of us up here. Me, Tony,
You're
Alabama.
all bowlers.
All bowlers right there. We've been doing it for a long time. And then Jimmy had a great accomplishment over the last 2 months right there. We went to the state tournament in, what was that again, I guess? It was in Colorado Springs. Yes, Colorado Springs. And we had a great time there, by the way, guys.
Always
we all
have a
had
good
a
time.
great time.
Always.
We actually watched the Belmont Stakes.
Yeah, the Derby. That's
was
it.
good. Yeah, exactly.
Stakes,
So-
that's it. Yes.
So,
And
anyways,
Indy trials. But yeah.
my boy Jimmy over there, and we bowled for years, and we've always talked bowling. And we've always talked the ins and outs of bowling and stuff like that. And then he's accomplished a lot over, like I said, the last 5-10 years. I'd like to congratulate him on a 15th place finish overall in the Division
snap.
3rd.
15th
Place in Division 3 singles right there.
State.
And Carlos State Bowling Tournament with a check of $136. Jimmy, congratulations.
Boom.
Jimmy.
I saw Elvis.
Put that in your
Now I
pipe
hear
and
Elvis.
smoke it.
There you go,
I'm
baby.
all shook
That-
up.
Is amazing.
I did not realize I was 15.
15th place. Yeah, I didn't. I said my boy right here.
Jimmy,
And I'm
congrats.
surprised- I did teach him everything he knew about bowling.
And,
so.
if I was a
How
better
not
teammate,
to
we would have
bowl.
won
Okay,
doubles
there you
too.
go,
But
Awesome. Yeah, Frankie taught me how not to bowl.
Oh, yes, exactly.
I want to thank all my sponsors, which are nobody. So
I want to thank my
Thanks,
high school
guys.
Gotcha,
coach.
man.
can you believe Jimmy was bowling
Awesome.
granny
Well,
style
cool,
like
guys.
2 years ago?
Anybody else got anything amazing,
I have an
mind-blowing?
amazing story
okay.
that just
Stories.
made me feel just awesome. this
Feel good
weekend.
story.
Awesome this weekend. We all know the tragedy a few days ago, last week, of Tyler Skaggs passing away
Yes.
in his hotel room in Texas.
Yes.
So they get back home. Angels doing what they do. They want to honor the man the best they can. They bring his mother out to throw out the first pitch.
Yeah.
She throws a perfect strike to the catcher.
Way.
Yep.
Then the team goes on to pitch the team's first no-hitter in I don't know how long.
Yes.
In
And
honor
probably
of
no
that
one
man
lying.
right
Probably
there.
in the next
Unbelievable.
spot with us, so.
That to me just gives me
And the
goosebumps
best
thinking about
part
it right now.
But Bama, I agree with you 100%. And the best
What
part
a way
about
to
it,
honor that dude.
Yes.
number
Yes.
45 on the dirt, and
Bingo.
everybody's
Everybody's
jerseys.
jerseys
Yes,
right there.
on their
Everybody's
backs. Yes.
jerseys was
Yeah.
on that
Yeah.
for the family.
Yeah.
That was just great.
Yeah.
God
Yeah.
bless you.
That's my feel good
God
right
bless.
there. And we almost had a great Major League first time ever yesterday. Tampa Bay Rays were, one inning away from the first combined no-hitter in history.
Yep.
Their starter went 2 innings, no hits, no runs, no walks. Reliever Yarbrough came in, threw another 7 1/3, got to the 9th inning before he gave up his first hit. And they still didn't give up any walks, which is pretty good for a Major League game this year.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But they were that close to it.
Awesome.
Man.
But again, back to the first one, man. Amazing tribute by the Angels.
that's amazing.
And for it to play out like that, I mean, you
like
can only
a
write that in
God
Hollywood,
shot.
man.
No,
You
God
can only
bless the
write that in
friends
Hollywood.
and family.
Yes.
God bless.
Good story.
Sports and
Final
Tacos,
thoughts.
thanks for watching. Just remember, go to YouTube, type Sports and Tacos into the search engine, and hit the subscribe button if you want to keep seeing us. Adios till next week.
Beautiful.